Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara. I do content around no buys, conscientious consumerism, decluttering, and curating your makeup collection. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about my makeup goals for the year 2021. I know, it's the end of January now, so a little bit later than all the other videos talking about people's resolutions, but I post once a week on Saturdays, in case you don't know. So I only had so many weeks at the beginning of the year to play with, and I needed to get an empties video up, I needed to get a decluttering video up, I needed to get a first project pan video up, so all those things kind of came first. Also, I want to say, yes, this is my new favorite sweater. I just wanted to say that because I feel like I'm not usually wearing like baggy sweaters in videos, but whatever, the rest of me is well made up enough, so wearing this is fine. Enough chit chat, let's move on to what my makeup goals are for 2021. I'm sure everyone is curious about if I will be going into my third year of a makeup no buy. That is what I will be discussing today. This is all subject to change, but as of right now, I am planning to do a makeup no buy for the first half of the year. This is because I don't feel like I'm done yet with the makeup no buy. I'm still very happy to not be purchasing makeup. It like infuriates me somehow. Yesterday I was actually in a Shoppers. I'm from Canada. I saw a ton of makeup. And usually when I go into drugstores, I just don't look at all in the beauty section because back when I was in my makeup hoarding days, that was my issue. Whenever I go into a drugstore, I would always check like the mascara section, foundation, whatever. And if there were sales, like I would always walk out with a new product. So for the past 2 years, I just haven't done that because I don't want to give myself the temptation. And I think that's been a good call. But yesterday, I was actually curious to see if Shoppers held Pacifica because I've heard that that brand can be found at Shoppers. So I was taking a little gander at the beauty section and I did take a look at the makeup. And honestly, it was hard. That was the hardest that it has been to not purchase makeup since going on this no buy, I think, because it was right there. Like in the past, I haven't let myself have the temptation of even going into stores like Sephora or drugstores, and a lot of stuff was on sale. So it was hard, like a lot of Pacifica stuff, which I've heard great things about. In particular, I was looking at the Alight foundation because I know that Sarah Rose has gone on and on about that foundation. It was like more than half off. It was like $11 or something. I think it's usually like 25, and it looked amazing. Now I don't need a new foundation, but I did go through a couple of foundations last year, so I could have justified it to myself, but I didn't want to. And I think that that shows that I'm just not ready to go off the makeup no buy yet, but I'm not ready to commit to a makeup no buy for the whole year. If at the end of the 6 months I decide to continue on the makeup no buy, that's fine, but for now I'm only going to say 6 months and then I can go on a low buy. I'm not gonna just, buy whatever. I still have more makeup than I need. I still have a lot of makeup that I need to get through, but if I want to go on a low buy in June, in July, that's fine. Those are my plans for now. After that point, I do have a couple of rules, of course, and those are no buying makeup on a whim. So like last night in Shoppers, even when I stop my makeup no buy, I don't want to just purchase things because I see them on sale. I want to have everything planned out. I don't want anything to be spontaneous because that's where I had problems in the past. And even if that costs me more money because I'm not buying products on sale, I think that it will be far more effective in the long run, and I will end up with products that I actually love, I have actually thought through, and I think that will be more worthwhile because historically in the past, my favorite products have not been the products that I purchased on sale. My favorites have been the pricier items that I've really thought long and hard about, that I've spent gift cards on. The one exception to that rule is mascaras. I have found a ton of amazing mascaras on $5 sales, but I still have a bit of a weakness for mascara, but I have so many that I don't need any new ones anytime soon. There's no point even thinking about mascara and putting that into the mix. The next goal is to finish 3 products every single month. Yes, I'm talking empties. These don't have to be just makeup. They can be skincare, they can be hair care. In this past year, my goal was to finish 5 makeup products a month, and some months I hit that, some months I didn't. I would say on average I had like 10 empties a month, including makeup, hair care, skincare. So I don't think that this will be a problem at all. Ideally, I would want those 3 items to all be makeup, but I think that as my no buy goes on, it gets harder and harder to finish products, because at the very beginning there was a ton of products that I was like almost all the way through and I just need to finish them off. Whereas now in my project pan, the products that I'm moving on to, there's still a lot of product left. Like I rolled in 3 new blushes into my project pan this year, and I have hit pan on all of them, but I don't know how realistic it is to actually finish 3 blushes in a year. Like that seems pretty optimistic to me. Ideally 3 makeup empties a month. And part of this is motivated by just like the need to make content. I love making empties videos, so if this helps on YouTube, then even better. Another goal, this pertains to YouTube, is to put out project pan videos every other month. I know a lot of people do these every single month, but I only post 1 video a week. So that would mean that a full quarter of my videos for the year would be project pan videos. And I don't think that that leaves enough variation for other videos. So I'm gonna say every other month I'll do a project pan video, and this is to just like keep you guys updated on the panning process. In this past year I did videos every 4 months, I think, and that was just like not frequent enough. Every video would have entirely new items that I was panning. I want there to be some continuity, so every other month, that's the goal. Another goal, I think that I've already gotten better at this since a month or 2 ago. I want to be happier with the makeup looks that I create. This past year, especially in like the first few months of quarantine, when I was really just like going all out with the makeup, trying out all these products that I really didn't like, and products that maybe like look greasy and that didn't suit my skin tone or my eyes. I just did a ton of looks that I really wasn't happy with, and that I didn't feel like agreed with my skin, particularly in the skincare department. And so at the end of the day I would like rush to take off my makeup. I was like, is it 6 o'clock? Is it 8 o'clock? Like, can I take off my makeup yet? Is it acceptable to wash my face and do my skincare routine at the end of the day? Just because I felt like the makeup didn't feel good on my face, and whenever I looked in the mirror I was like not happy with the situation. So I want to be happier with the makeup looks that I create overall. And again, I don't think that this will be much of a problem, because part of this was the face makeup that I was using, and I've decluttered a lot of face makeup recently and finished a lot of it. But then also I was trying out a lot of different eyeshadow palettes to figure out if I should keep them. I did an eyeshadow collection video recently, and I think I decluttered about 10 eyeshadow palettes in the past year or 2 because I realized that they didn't look good on me. So when I was trying to figure out if I should keep those palettes, I would be wearing these colors that like really didn't suit me. Blues, a lot of purples, cool tones, silvers, like just colors that really don't suit me, I think. So I just wasn't happy with the looks. Whereas now I think I've curated my eyeshadow collection and I have colors that I really like. In terms of face, I don't feel like my face makeup is breaking me out. TDLR, I just want to create looks that I'm happier with and that I'm not rushing to take off at the end of the day. Okay, another thing pertains to the products that I am trying to pan, not just in my project pan, but also just like products that I'm using. If you've watched my previous empties video, you will note that a lot of the time the products I'm using, I like show something and I'm like, so I finally finished this. I would not repurchase it. I didn't like it. I was just working my way through it because I felt like I had to. I don't want to be saying that all the time, because that just shows that I'm using makeup that I don't like and other products in my collection are just going to waste. Basically this comes down to like if I have decluttered appropriate items in the past year, because yeah, it's basically down to like if I like my current collection. But I don't want to be using a ton of products that I hate. So in empties video, if you see me saying I just want to get rid of this, I was just using it to use it up, that's not what I want to see. I want to be using up makeup products that I still like. Another goal is to try new makeup looks. I've actually taken the past month or so to delve into this a little bit. I got this Orangey Glad eyeshadow palette from ColourPop back in like July, and I only just started using it. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and in quite a few of my recent videos. I've really been loving the palette. I've just been sort of, you know, playing around with it, seeing what kind of looks I can do. And I do think that it's pretty obvious in my videos in the earlier part of 2020 that I really didn't play around too much with my makeup style. I was just trying to like figure out what I wanted to keep, what eyeshadow palettes. In the past couple months I have been working a bit more on my technique and my makeup skill, and I'm hoping that that's translating a bit more in videos. I know I find it more interesting in makeup videos when people have different looks every time, so I try to keep that in mind and change things up a little bit. It is a little bit difficult considering that I really only like warm tones. I basically prefer oranges and reds on my eyes, and like that's kind of it. So there's only so much you can do with 2 colors, but I'm always saving makeup looks that I like on Instagram and on YouTube. I am trying basically, and I'm hoping that I will continue to put more time and effort into this in the next year, and hopefully that will be reflected on YouTube in my videos. The next one is to be more discerning with my declutters. I think a lot of the time I try to push through finishing up makeup that I really don't like, but I just feel like I should use up. Sometimes I should just let items go. I hope this won't be as much of a problem because I have gotten rid of like the worst of the worst in my collection, but I think there's still a lot of lip products and a lot of eyeliners, to be frank, that I haven't even showed. Kind of need to go. So these 2 categories, lipsticks and eyeliner, are where I will be putting my energy into the next few months in terms of decluttering, because I'm not happy with either of those categories. But at the same time, I don't want to be decluttering so much stuff that it just have a ton of garbage every month. I still want to be finishing off a lot of products, and ideally I would want to have more empties than declutters. So if I finished 5 products in a month, I don't want to have decluttered 10 products. I want it to be equal, or preferably have more empties than declutters. So I think these 2 goals are sort of at odds with each other, because on the one hand I want to declutter more stuff if I don't like it, but on the other I don't want to declutter too much, so I need to sort of reconcile those goals in my head. Ideally both of those things will be possible. And the final goal, I've sort of hinted at this before, but I want to invest more in makeup when I do buy it. In the past, I really only purchased from the drugstore, and I think that this was to my detriment because I would just buy things whenever they were on sale, and I wouldn't really think about if I wanted the product or not. I just saw that it was on sale, I had heard about it, and that was it. Hello. Okay, I have no idea what happened. Somehow the last clip of this video just like actually disappeared. But essentially all I was saying is that when it comes to drugstore makeup, it was always way easier for me to pick something up and like not really think through it, purchase it spontaneously. Whereas like if I was in Sephora looking at high-end or luxury brands, I tended not to do that because if something's more expensive, I put more thought into purchasing it. So I kind of want to stay away from drugstore brands just because it's been way easier in the past for me to have a unhealthy relationship to makeup with them. But that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry again that the ending got cut. No idea what happened there, but this is kind of different. I'm using like a little tripod. It's like I'm vlogging, different style. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye. I would like to apologize to those of you who have watched my most recent videos. I have been having a lot of problems with my camera, with my audio in the past few months. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I did refilm the videos, but at a certain point it wasn't worth it, and I could only get myself to refilm those videos so many times. So if you sat through and watched them, thank you. Thank you so much. From here on out, it will be better, I promise.